everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to watch/listen to another episode of What Else Is Going On, aka We Go Podcast. Y'all already know how I start out. If you are watching, then you know this beautiful face before me. If you're listening, let me give her a proper introduction. She is, she does, I was going to call her a YouTuber, but I feel like that's not a bad thing, but I feel like she just does so much. She's YouTuber. She is a best-selling author, y'all. She can beat a face like no other. Are we still allowed to say beat a face? Because you know how the people get, y'all. She is a fashionista. She shares her hauls that she gets. Y'all need to check it out. I'm also going to call her a interior designer because I watched her closet transformation and I love seeing glimpses of her home. She's also a very good storyteller, and she needs to do them like on TikTok because she told the story about her birthday trip, had me invested. I was in the camera like, then what happened? They said, they give you your money back. So y'all, please welcome Keisha Ervin, aka Color Me Pink. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to get to talk Bravo with my girl.
Yes. Listen, y'all, she was on a couple months ago. Y'all loved her. Her and I instantly connected and we've been texting or whatever. Listen, either I'm going to get to St. Louis or she's going to get to Maryland, but she is going to do my face. She's going to let me know her rate because I don't expect, you know how Black folks, we always expect something for free. I don't expect nothing for free, but she is going to do my face. Okay, so if y'all hear a little bit, if y'all feel like you hear something that's pieced together, it is because my bars, my connections were not connecting. The devil was working because he knew that we really wanted to get into this Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And that's what we're here to discuss. So before we get into this episode, what are your thoughts on the season overall thus far? I know it's only 3 episodes, but you know, we're experienced watchers, so we could kind of get a feel. Let me know. Hit me with all of them.
I'm loving it. The girls have clocked in to work and everybody's pretty much earning their paycheck at this point, except for the friend of Maylee. She not doing too much. She ain't gonna be coming back. But everybody else, stellar.
Even the small little things like Mary and Angie laughing and dancing, and just even though I stay on her neck from season 1, she has been like sand in a bikini bottom. Even Whitney, I mean, she does her job. Like all of them are doing their job.
Yeah, I'm loving the takedown of Whitney this season. Here for it.
I always go back to, you wanted to take Mary down. You wanted all the ladies. You told them all. And I know y'all, I keep saying it, but I got to remind y'all. She told the ladies, I'm going to need all y'all to help me take Mary down when that racist was on their season.
Yep.
And Whitney's getting it good too, ain't she? I said, oh, okay. And Heather is embracing her messy. Yeah. Can I ask? Okay. Season 1, I was getting ready to go through and name the people I didn't see it for. It was mostly all the cast, mostly. But Heather was one of them. But Heather was the people's champ. But there was just something about her that felt like it wasn't necessarily what she was presenting. What are your thoughts on Heather? And have they changed from season 1 to being at season 5 now?
Oh, yeah. Heather for sure has changed from season 1 to season 5. I actually liked Heather season 1. I liked Whitney season 1. And of course, I loved me some Mary. And then season 2 is when I didn't see it anymore for Heather nor Whitney. But with Heather, it seemed like her first 2 seasons, she was the quote unquote fat white girl, date Black men, fetishizes Black men, and all of this type of stuff. Nobody wants me. I wasn't the cool girl. Lisa Barlow doesn't know me. And I'm trying to find my voice. I'm an ex-Mormon. And now it's Ozempic. I got a best-selling book and I'm going to check you and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, who are you? Like, this is not even you. Sit down.
I was getting ready to say, who are you? Which one is it? Is it the one in season 1 where you said you loved everything that Mormons didn't approve of, Black men, homosexuals, and something else she said, like, who are you?
Yes.
Like,
She's a liar. She's a liar and she manipulates things. I think the way everything was handled last season with the reality Von T situation was a bunch of crap. I thought that it was so, what's the word I'm looking for? Just say stupid. Bravo not to bring what's her name? Monica back this season, because it was obvious that all of y'all had been talking to Reality Von Teese in the DMs. And that's the reason why y'all wanted her off the show, because she had too much tea on all of y'all. And y'all all ganged together and was like, we got to get her off of here. We got to get her off of here.
Yeah.
And Heather was the big proponent of that, because I feel like she probably was the one talking the most crap about all of them to her.
Yes, I agree. And even with probably talking about Jen, because I still think there's the element of Heather that's still scared, even though Jen is behind bars somewhere.
Most definitely she's still scared of that lady. Most definitely. That's why she lied for a full year about her being the one to pop her in her eye. Right. Everybody knows it. She did it, you goofball.
Right.
I cannot stand her.
You ought to feel stupid, even if you can't fight. Ain't no little thing like that get ready to pop me in my eye and walk out without walking crooked. Like, you have lost your mind.
That Jen had something on her, because their relationship was so weird.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't normal to want to be friends with somebody that bad, that treated you the way that she did, talked to you the way that she did, physically violated you, and you lied for her. Like, I don't know if they were sisters for real, but it was something going on over there with them too.
You know, that was one of the theories floating around that had happened during that. Like, something, like you said, something was going on.
Yeah, it was weird.
All right, so we're getting into this episode, y'all. Me and Keisha freshly watched the episode, so we are there. So we start out, even though I know we could fast forward right past Child Whitney and Justin discussing the Milwaukee trip. I am a little bit surprised, kind of, sort of, that they're still together, because I thought that Whitney would get on this show and he would be her lily pad. What did Bethany call? One of the housewives called, like, the show a lily pad for women. Like, when they were ready to, like, they get on the show and they start feeling themselves and making money, and they're like, you know what? I'm out of here. But maybe she really does love him. And of course she loves her kids, maybe their family. Cause I know they were going through rough things last year. You know what? That's a good point, because
I feel like that was a storyline.
And she was using, I hate to say that, I felt like she was weaponizing her trauma to justify her actions.
1000%. She still does.
You can't weaponize my trauma, girl. That is you. You are doing it.
Wait. What trauma? Because you never said what it was. Like, your girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. When you went through all of that, going back into your childhood, she still to this day has never said what exactly happened to her. Now, we know that her father was on drugs or whatever. I really don't know much about her mama, but she just alluded to things. She never said what it was. And so, like Lisa said on this week's episode, that she uses it as a weapon when it hits her, and then she uses it when it does. Like, girl, get out of here.
And to me, the road that she was going down, she didn't say it, but you know how to say things to lead people's thoughts. And she was definitely leading us in a certain way. So I was like, she's not going to clear this up. I was literally texting with a friend of mine. Shout out to Kate Casey from Reality. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Reality Life with Kate Casey. She's going to be like, girl, now come on.
I love her show.
She is. We are the very first time we ever recorded together, Keisha, we talking and we just talking about, and she mentioned her birthday. And I said, girl, that's my birthday. Same year, everything. Girl, we was, and I used to listen to her and be like, I'll be arguing with you, Kate. But that's because some of the stuff, like, you have traits that I know that I have. So you don't hear me, but I'll be like arguing with you sometimes. Like, but I feel the same way, or this or that or whatever. Girl, we just stared at each other probably for a good 30 seconds. Like, is we related just because? But I love Kate.
Birthday?
April 4th, 1977.
Wow. Okay. What sign is that?
Aries.
Yeah, Aries.
Go ahead, say we're the best. You love us.
Yeah, I actually, when it comes to men, I
They bring excitement, but they can straight up ruin your life.
no, like I don't like Aries men. It's not that they're a bad sign, they're just boring. They have
So
money,
you think that they're
but
boring?
they're
Oh
boring.
my.
I'm a Leo, so it's like
Okay,
pulling
okay,
teeth, pulling
okay.
teeth. And I attract so many Aries men, and I'll be like, you are boring as hell. Like I just cannot.
Now, see, I've heard so many women say, but I do wonder what their sign is, that Aries men, like they will never deal with them because like they're so in love, but they could ruin their, like, meaning the men could ruin their life. So
Mm,
I
mm.
know that me and Corey, as much as we always say that we're different, we're really a lot more alike. So he's a Sagittarius, he's a fire sign. So if we allowed it to get there, it could be fire. Like we could really
Yeah,
blow something up.
yeah, yeah.
I remember one time
Tell Kate about me, girl. I've been wanting to get on her show for the longest. I
I'll
love her.
I'll text her as soon as we get off here.
Yes,
I
I
will
love
text
her.
her.
Because I be
She'll
like,
love that.
I have opinions that need to be said, ma'am. I
As
literally
soon,
listen to her every week on her newsletter and everything. I love her point of view on a lot of things.
and she's so smart. Like I love her
Yes,
brain
very,
because
very smart.
even if we don't agree, like I said, there's a lot of thought. Because I've joked with her before. I'd be like, "Man, Kate be like, she know everything," and I'd be like, "Taria, you be like, you know everything too." But she really doesn't act like that, and neither do
No,
I. But when you have strong opinions and you're looking at somebody else with strong opinions, but even on the instances that we don't agree, we always have a good conversation always comes out of it. And I'll be like, oh, wow, Kate, I didn't even look at it
think
that way. Or
about
she'll
it
be
that
like,
way.
yeah, I love her too. I love her brain is just like, and the way she thinks and the way that she loves supporting women.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm texting her as we get. I'm matter of fact, I'm gonna call her, and I don't normally be calling people like that, Keisha. So I'm gonna call her for you. And I'll be like, you gotta have Keisha on. She would love you. As soon as y'all meet, y'all gonna click.
I
I
hope
can
so.
already see
I
it. I
hope
can
so.
already
Thank
see
you.
it.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. But so we were talking about Whitney, and we were both like, what is this trauma that she's not talking about? And I was telling her, I know what I never said it, but I know what I thought maybe it
I thought
was.
she was alluding to physical and sexual.
That's what I thought. And then Kay had a good point. She said, if it wasn't a parent, maybe a parent didn't protect her.
Right.
And that might be, the issues, which then if that was the case, who knows if that didn't cause some of the drinking, you just never know. But I'm tired of her weaponizing that, but they're discussing the Milwaukee trip. She's saying it's going to be fine. Boom. We jump to Meredith and Seth. Did Seth say that Whitney was like, algebra, don't pay no
You don't
attention
need
to
it.
it?
You don't need it. You don't need it. It's useless. Don't even know why we learned it.
There is something about Seth that I like.
Yeah, I like they little freaky selves.
Me too. Me too. Me too. I feel like Meredith be running. I don't know. I just feel like there's something that Meredith keeps him on his toes a little bit.
Yeah, because I thought out of all the couples that they would have been the one to divorce, especially after their first season or so.
Uh-huh.
But the more we see them, they just are this odd couple. You can't really put your finger on it, but they work together. Somehow, some way they work. Do I think that they've had instances in their relationship where they probably were separated and doing their own thing? 1000%.
Same. Yep.
1000%. But I think right now they're probably on the same page. Who knows? They still could probably be on some Will and Jada where they together and see other people. Who knows? But they work together. They match each other's kink.
Yes, there's something it's like something that's,
Yeah, they get freaky deaky.
Yeah. And I like that he's not afraid to show his emotions. Like when he got really touched by her wanting to be bat mitzvah. I think, am I saying that right? Bar mitzvah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One of y'all, shout out to one of y'all comments on YouTube. Y'all told me the right saying, and I really did take it in, and y'all see how quick I forgot. But yeah, so I love their little thing. Now we get to Bronwyn and her husband. I know we'll get into it more because Bronwyn brings it up, but Bronwyn says she really wishes that Lisa had defended her. What do you think about Bronwyn thus far?
I stand.
Okay.
I love her so far.
Okay.
So far. Love her so far. And I said this in my review today. I love her because she's not like any other really regular newbie. She reminds me a lot of Monica, where she just comes in and it's like she's been here. It wasn't that I gotta try to fit in. I'm the new girl. They're not about to sun me. Like, it's literally like she's been a part of the group
Yes.
from the beginning. And I love how in this week's episode, she had no problem
Come on.
spilling the tea and telling it.
When
A
she
lot
said,
of the girls they'll be trying to cover or won't
yeah.
say it. She was like, "Oh no, y'all not about to bring me down. I ain't about to tell what y'all said." And when she said, "You two are her lying ass friends,"
yes, yes. You don't think that's worse?
she got them together real quick. Love her so far. Love her.
Me too. And what I love is how she wasn't afraid to check Lisa. And did you notice Lisa ain't give her the energy that Lisa gave Angie K?
No.
I said, I think something, because after the very first episode, Lisa was on Watch What Happens Live, and they were talking about, I forget the question, who do you think is the villain or who's the villain? And Lisa said, well, Bronwyn is villainous. I said, oh, okay, then that means she got you together. She didn't fall in line.
Yeah. Yeah, like Lisa's used to.
Yeah.
I think that the reason why she didn't go after Bronwyn like she did Angie is A, because she knows she can't. And I think B is because she's of higher stature than she is.
Okay, you're right.
Remember, Lisa was the one that saw her in the store and was trying to be her friend.
That's true. That's true.
Lisa wants to be Bronwyn, going to Paris and going to the runway shows and being that girl. That meant her husband got money.
Right.
Okay? Not like Lisa and them and all these lawsuits and girl, no. Like Lisa is a little compared to her and her husband.
That is so, and especially I feel like, well, we know Lisa is the type, I think, that views people like that.
Oh yes, most definitely. And I think that she looks at Angie K like we on the same level. Like there's nothing for me that I can get from you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make me like bow down to you or bite my tongue. Like, okay, I don't need you for real for anything. So I can just talk to you any kind of way.
That's true, because it's something about that status. Even though we see Angie probably got money, she's opening up her 10th salon. There's just something, there is a cool factor about Bronwyn that she just like, it's whatever. And most people try to get close to people like that sometimes. Oh yeah. Okay. Mary calls Whitney and let her know, I'm going to be going, but I'm going to be traveling by myself. And Whitney said, okay, Mary, if it was anybody else, I'll give them a hard time. I will say this, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again because I have to try to be unbiased, Keisha, so keep me honest. But even though I don't necessarily see it for Whitney, at the reunion last year, when Mary brought up the racism and Mormonism, Whitney really seemed taken aback, like, wow, I really don't want you to think of me that way. I kind of want Mary and Whitney to get back. I kind of want Mary and Whitney. I felt like they had a cute friendship. Okay, Lisa, Keisha, think back a couple of seasons. Remember when Mary went over to Whitney's house and was going to bake them cookies?
Story about her
the parishioner
that died in front of that lady.
Kempire just sent me that scene. We were talking about it. I watched it 5 times in a row, crying when her daughter was like, did they survive? She was like, no. But I'm glad to be here.
When I tell you I live for Mary, I just want to be her friend so bad. In 24 hours in her world, because she is the kookiest lady ever. But some tea, they're on good terms. Yeah. Gross. But yeah, she's on good terms right now with Angie K and Whitney.
Wow.
Nope.
And I need to see how that breaks down, because Meredith was the only one that had her back in the she who shall not be named situation. Well, kind of.
To an extent.
Yeah, kind of. Because at the party, Mary walked out by herself. Now they say, Meredith tried to say, or either Meredith or Seth said, well, basically the cameras didn't show them checking on her, whatever. Because I feel like, even if you're like, what's going on? If that's your friend, you go right after that friend. So even if the camera don't film at all, you're going to catch my back running after my friend.
Right.
But
Right.
I felt like Mary and Meredith seemed to have a good friendship. Meredith was the only one that could kind of like get with Mary, like calm down or do whatever. And I felt like Mary respected her. So I'm like, what is it that happens that makes Mary throw her out of her house, child?
I think with Meredith, and this is what I said also in my review today. One thing about Meredith is that she got something on everybody. She's always got something in her back pocket to pull out on you real quick. And with Meredith, I think that I don't want to say she's a fair weather friend, but it's a little bit of that in her to me. And I, especially now that this season, her and Lisa are going to get back BFFs.
Okay.
So I think that maybe the situation where her and Mary was, it suited me for the time.
Got you.
Looking at this season, they ain't really, from what we've seen, been around each other like that.
Not even before their fallout.
So that's why I'm saying I don't even think that they was even as quote unquote close.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Okay.
I don't even think that they was really close. I think they were friends for the show. You know what I'm saying? We need each other. We'll have each other's back or whatever. But I don't think that they were talking on the phone and going out to eat. No.
And see, to me, that sucks when your kids get involved, because there was a comment or something like, but I think that's how Mary shows her love through kids, because Brooks had made a comment to Mary on Instagram about thank you for something. Like, either it was the conversation or the gift or something. And like, we love you. And now Angie made a comment about on Instagram, thank you for the beautiful gift of something you brought my daughter. And Mary was like, I love you. So I was like, oh, that's how she shows her love, like especially through the kids. Because to me, I feel like when people love your kids, that's a whole nother level of friendship. But you're right, it could very well be, because the foundation, it wasn't like they had a long foundation. They did come together, and then after a while, if you don't have a common enemy, okay. Okay, next up, wait, hold on. Okay, so Mary's going by herself. Angie and Sean. What you think about Sean? Y'all, if y'all are not watching, I need y'all can listen through the audio, but then turn on the YouTubes to see Keisha's face. Come on, Keish.
They are in a lesbian relationship.
Shut up. Say it. Wait. Say it again.
They're in a lesbian relationship, her and that man. Like, girl, he liked everything we like. They are BFFs, okay? He is his beard.
Oh my God.
There is nothing schmexual going on over there. They are literally bosom buddies. Like, girl, the fact we knew everything when they said that 12, 13-year-old girl was still sleeping in the bed with them. Like, what?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And either y'all don't have if y'all are a true married couple, I'm not saying that every couple is about the actualness of it all, but clearly if y'all almost teenager is sleeping in the bed with y'all ain't having it, and y'all are okay with, and there's no physical reason why.
He getting it somewhere else, and she is too.
Yeah.
I think they have an arrangement, and it suits them for the time until it doesn't.
And it benefits them financially as well.
I can see them being like Kyle and Mauricio, where once the kid is out the house,
okay,
their ways.
Okay, wow. Because I was like, Sean got right into it, didn't, when he said, "How do you feel about the trip?" and then went into, "How do you feel about Lisa?" I said, "Come on, husband, getting involved."
Him and Seth was being messy. Yep.
I said, "Come on, Sean. Okay, then. Okay." So then when Angie said that Brittany's man, no man, who was in her brown girl, at first I thought she said brown girl. I said, run that back. I know that's not what she said. And I had to run it back. I said, did she say brown girl? And I said, oh, but the funny part was I was taking voice notes with the notes. Child, why Siri translate me saying brown girl? I said, you won't get me caught up. You won't get me caught up in these notes. But the girl was in the DMs.
Yeah, actually, Mary Cosby fan account that follows me on X did what's that chat room thing or whatever that's on
Yes.
Twitter with Jared today. I got to, yeah, it's the page is, I'll give it to you so you go listen to it because I only got to listen to a little bit of it.
Okay. And then I see, this is why I love having Keisha, because it's like she's in my brain, because I'm getting ready to read you something that he posted.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. I had taken pictures. Okay, well, you gonna send me that. Boom, boom. This is what he had posted. Bravo and Cocktails, shout out to them, posted what he said. You know, and I realize I am oversharing a little bit. The fascinating part of Britney's story is that she adds so much drama for no reason, truly in an attempt to be relevant. If you want to know the truth on our history, I have never walked away from her. I've never broken up with her. I've always been steady, spoiled her over the last year, paid for everything, and have been a true gentleman. She is so damaged from her past relationships that she makes me out to be the bad guy. She's scared that I won't put a ring on her finger and I just want to play. So rather than just steadily stay with me and work through all of the dating issues that pop up, she runs like a scared child. I need to date a stable woman. The next one. For the record, Britney has a job on the show because I decided to go on. I give her relevance. I give her a talking point. She promised me that we wouldn't take our love on camera, that it would be best friends. Hence the reason for all the best friend comments. So if this is true, no wonder he was like trying to be smart. But anyway, I went against my better judgment and I filmed with her thinking that she would hold to that. She did not, obviously. I've stepped up to give her all that she has needed to make herself relevant on the show. And what I got in return was a woman that dumped me and makes me look like a complete idiot by the time this is all done. Also evidenced by some of her TikToks. Not a happy camper.
but see, I don't believe that because he contradicted himself. If I heard correctly, he said that
Let's
he
go.
treated her like a gentleman. He spoiled her.
Yes.
He's afraid to love on him because of her past. But then y'all make a pact that y'all just gonna be best friends for the show. Why?
Because if she,
so much.
right, because if you loved her, you would go on the show because she's a friend of anyway and talk about your love and how you met. It didn't have to be drama.
Right. Why would you lie? And then you talking about she only got on there because you agreed to be on it and you made her relevant. That sounds like some BS. Man, you got caught up in this other woman's DMs. Like, obviously, I think that he probably was being honest to Britney to an extent,
But
it
not.
also was given very much, it ain't like that between me and you. Like, I think that they probably did the do or whatever. He spent time with her when it benefited him, but she was one of them women that he could get at her when he felt like it. You know what I'm saying? I said in my video today, she probably the one paying for the dates and things. Because why would he make his business to say he paid for everything
And spoiled her.
Exactly. That's giving me, because she seems like the type of woman that would pay for somebody's affection and time to try to bribe him to come see her because she's that pitiful and desperate. Like that lady is a walking teardrop. Like she needs help. And I'm like, every 5 seconds we see you FaceTiming him, whether he answers or not. We ain't heard you call your kids yet, lady.
Oh. Mary said, if you're such a kind person, I said, oh.
Because ain't no way you FaceTiming this man and he rejected your FaceTime and you. Oh. And then when he answered her phone call at the game, I just wanted to say hi. Hi. Girl, what the? Okay.
Which that does make me wonder, though, if like you said, how you believe some of his statement is true. If they in fact did, if he was like, okay, well, let's just say he was like, we see what reality TV does to relationships. And she says, we'll go on as friends, and then gets on and tries to switch the narrative to have drama so she can be a full-time, because she seems like she wants to be a full-time housewife. Like the vibes that you said, like that's what I get from her. Because why are you calling him from the game? And are you calling him at times that you know he wouldn't be available? So then that suits your
no, I don't think that at all. What I think is she begged him to do the show.
Okay.
And he said, I'll do it, but I just want you to know we just gonna be friends. It ain't, it is what it is or whatever. Because I think that that's probably what it was from the beginning. Like,
Got you.
it seemed like they met. She was really into him. He wasn't that into her, but she want him so bad that she's willing to do anything and everything to keep him around. And so when this opportunity for the show came, of course, she didn't want to come on here single, looking pitiful.
Right.
That's the type of vibe she gives me. And so she asked, will you do the show with me? And he out here seeing more than her and other women. I'll do it, but just let you know, we just friends. We just kicking it or whatever. And she was like, okay, I agree. She got on the show and then started telling everybody, well, this is my man, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he looking like, that ain't what we talked about. It ain't like that between us. Because why does she keep on stressing? He said I'm his girlfriend. And then they read the text message. Girl, it wasn't no girlfriend, boyfriend. Like, he said, bye, friend. Like, what are you talking about?
That is a good point.
She got on the show trying to make it be more than what it was and end up looking stupid.
And if on this episode, when they were in the suite and she said, I suspected. So now in her mind, she could have brought him on the show to state claim. Like you said. So like, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, because
that's a good point.
What they showed us, she didn't even ask to see the messages.
She sure, right.
Unless they cut that part out, which I wouldn't see them doing it. But she immediately was like, okay, I'll be right back, and went into the bathroom and started crying.
Because I'd have been like, let me see your phone, and sent all the messages to myself.
Exactly. And I would have called him right then and there and been like, you just got the phone with him, ain't like he ain't gonna answer the phone.
Right. I'm gonna have to message.
Couldn't do that because it would have been embarrassing for her, because he would have embarrassed her and been like, yo, me and you ain't together. I can see who I want to see. Like, what's the deal? That's why she didn't call him right then and there. She waited till she got back to that room and was unmiked and was calling him crying.
Right. And just fast forwarding a bit in the DMs, he said that
together.
Okay. Ciao. The ladies start arriving for their Milwaukee trip. Lisa goes up to Bronwyn to ask her if she needs help. Bronwyn says no, she got it. And she kind of standoffish in her confessional. She said, I feel like Lisa didn't stand up for me. So how do you feel about that? Because I was kind of going back and forth. I can kind of see where Bronwyn was coming from in a way. Like, even though Lisa ain't never, see, this is what I mean when I said basically the whole cast I didn't like, but, or it didn't make me know, never mind. But I will say, I felt like Lisa was trying a little bit at that lunch or whatever they had when she was like, I understand how Bronwyn speaks. Like, she was trying to kind of come for her defense. She just didn't say it like Bronwyn wanted her to say it. Like, yo, give her a break. The same way Heather defended Brittany against Mary and the other ladies. But so how do you feel about how Bronwyn feels? Because I was shocked. Like, I didn't get that she had any feelings until this episode. I mean, I know we only on episode 3, but I was like, I
got it in that episode, the way she was looking.
Oh, when she looked at her.
And when Heather was coming for her and she kind of just got quiet, giving me very much like, really, bitch? Like, you ain't gonna really stick up for me? Oh, okay. She was taking it all in because she was shocked. Like, oh, so she not going to have my back.
Okay.
That's what I think she was thinking about in that moment. And I think as far as Lisa, like you said, she made that little comment or whatever. But I think that Bronwyn wanted her to be like, no, it wasn't like that. And Lisa didn't do that. And I think that it was, like she said, a big shocker to her because they've been friends for however many years, but it's a different ball game when you're friends in real life. And then you get on this reality show. You're going to see a whole different side of people. And she really thought that they had this friendship. And then that's when it clicked in her head. Oh, no, shit didn't change. Like, I'm really seeing Lisa now. We're in the game now.
Yes, that's
even if it's exactly. So that's why when she brought it up at the trip. And I think that, like she said, you a big girl, you can take care of yourself. I think that because Lisa, I don't feel like Lisa needed to defend her to that extent because let's be honest, Bronwyn, you did say it 2 different ways.
Thank you. She did, because she said it to Whitney like it was iconic, and she said it to them like almost like it was desperate or it was like.
Yeah, you was talking like on some mean girl, like, oh my God, like she's so pathetic. Like, oh,
Yes.
and then you said it to her face, true, but you said it in a way that made it seem like it was just a little joke and like, girl, it was so cool. No, it wasn't that at all, girl.
Yeah.
So that's why Lisa couldn't really have your back the way you wanted her to. So I don't really blame Lisa for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And that's a good point too, because I was seeing like people say, well, she did say it to her face, but again, like that's like me saying to you, Keisha, you is so crazy. And then saying to a mutual friend, girl, well, Keisha really is crazy. And yeah. I said it to her face.
Yeah, like
It's like you ain't say it that way to her face. So I agree with that. And I was glad that whether I agree or not, or whether like with Bronwyn, or whether I feel like, because I felt like Heather was kind of, I'm gonna fast forward to the end of the episode when Heather said, so you think I should be shocked that you're supporting Whitney after what I said? And Bronwyn said, no, I don't think you should be. So, you said it differently. Her defense now has switched to, we all do it. And you're just not going to leave me out there to dry, which I get that too.
They all do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Heather, I think it was for her though. Y'all not going to sit up here and try to throw me on the bus when y'all was talking crap about other people too.
Like, and that's your friend and that's your cousin.
Exactly.
And then you just only going to do my part of it. And even to me, I felt like Heather, I've come to hate this saying that two things can be true, because I feel like sometimes it's a way, sometimes we just need to call something what it is. That's wrong. But when you always say two things can be true, it's like, why do you have to bring up the other side? Right now, I'm talking about this right here. But in this instance, I feel like two things can be true. Heather, you may have been right in what you were saying to Bronwyn, but you were saying it for a selfish reason. You wasn't saying it really for Whitney.
No, you were saying it because you don't like her and you're intimidated by her.
Yes.
Side-eyeing her, looking like, who is this? Because let's go back to what I said. Heather looks at herself like the fat girl that's not cool.
Yeah.
And guess who she's finally cool with? Lisa, the person she's been wanting approval from this whole time. Yeah. Whitney's out the way. I'm in the hot seat with the cool girl. And wait a minute though, who this bitch?
Yes. Sitting up front while I'm in the back, and I've been here.
High five. Yes, that's it right there.
Like with her dog up front, and I'm in the back.
Yeah,
that's bingo. So I was like, come on, Heather, like you going hard. And then Whitney's just like, I'm so glad that Heather is defending me, but she's doing it wrong. Girl. Come on, girl.
And why are they all Whitney saying she's taking her feelings out on having mistrust from what happened last season with Monica? That ain't got nothing to do.
You can tell somebody that's been therapized sometimes, like, ma'am.
Because even with Monica, before you even found out that she was reality Von Teach, you was already side-eyeing her, and you was side-eyeing her because she was pretty. She was she didn't have no problem checking a bitch. And she had no problem being herself.
Yes.
Not trying to put on this air for the cameras when you still struggling with your Mormon.
Come on. Because a part of you wants
to be her.
Come on. So like, girl, I do need help with something. I don't understand why Whitney and Lisa talk like they're reading from a teleprompter, but in two different pitches.
Lisa, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, my trauma is really bothering me, Lisa. It's not fair. Heather. Well, I just don't know what you're talking about, Whitney. Like, Jack is in the Bermuda Triangle right now, and his stomach hurts. Like, what do you want me to do? Vila the tequila, okay? Vila the tequila. Like, they both are just so dumb.
Y'all, by the way, Keisha has like Housewives Theater where she legit reenact the scenes and voices. When I tell you, I was at the gym watching one of them on the machine crying. I was laughing out loud. I was like, oh no, you have got to be quiet. They're going to put you out. I literally was on the hip abductor and I was listening to you, girl. I could barely get my legs closed together because I was cracking up. Y'all have got to check out her channel. The link will be in the description, but it's Color Me Pink. Y'all, a lot of y'all probably, the last time you were on, I had so many comments. People said, oh my God, I love Keisha, da 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 da.
Oh,
they had your books and all of that stuff.
Thank you.
So y'all go check out when she does Housewives Theater. I cry, I'm telling you.
Because they're so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
When you do Orange County, I think that's the one that was taking me out. Orange County, I was like,
no, I haven't done Orange County ever. It's only been
so it is Salt Lake
City.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Lake City I've done.
You know what? Maybe it was just your commentary, and sometimes you do the voice. it was with Jen and somebody else, and you were going in on, and I was crying. It had to be that. It had to be just your commentary. Either way, y'all check it out because she's hilarious. When you do the Whitney and the Lisa.
It's Meredith. I love Meredith the most. Because
you do?
I like imitating her the most because she's so deadpan. So deadpan with everything that she says. Well, I don't ever understand what you're talking about. I'm not engaging. I'm just simply not. I'm about to go and run a bath. No. I'm not. No, Heather. No. And
that shoulder.
Yeah. That shoulder. No, I'm just not. No. She's kind of like Donald Trump almost. No.
Yeah.
Not engaging. No, I'm just not. No. Like, it's just like, what, girl?
And it's like there's no way around. It's like there's no way around that. Like,
no,
we're not getting anywhere because she's not raising her voice, and then I could get. It's like
exactly like she never raised. Like it's a rarity where she raises.
Yes,
yeah. But yeah, they're ridiculous.
Oh my God!
And Lisa Barlow and this fake white woman cry of hers is
girl. And it's almost like you could tell it's forced.
Like there's never not a tear, not a bit of moisture. And I did an imitation of her on my video today because when she was talking about her son Jack and the stomach problem that he had, I don't believe nothing that lady was saying because not one tear came out of her eye at that table or in her confessionals. She has mastered. She's one of them, and it's a Tamra, another one that have mastered the fake cry. And I reenacted on my videos. Like I can do it too right now. Oh my God, Taria, like, why would he do that? Like, I just didn't understand. And Jack, his stomach was hurting, you guys.
The hand.
You guys just pray for me. Oh my God.
And you know what? You're sniffing like you're crying, right?
Like it don't be no tear. And what really gets it, they do this to make it seem like their eyes are getting moist and don't nothing be there. Nothing. And I'm like, I really think she took that story and added 10 onto it because if it was real true tea that your son was having this type of problem, I don't care what the fuck he say. I'm coming down there anyway.
Come on.
And then, like I said, you would have been crying for real. I think that boy had a stomach ache and she took that and used it to have some type of sympathy in a moment.
Girl, because there's
nothing about that lady.
Little Corey was like, oh mom, I don't have any more for his albuterol. I don't have any more refills. I'm like, child, I'm ready to get on the
exactly.
I'm ready to get on the air. Listen, he had tried to call me. I was recording. Then he called his dad. And then Corey told me afterwards, he was like, oh, but he's got it taken care of. Girl, I called him like 4 or 5 times. We were on our way to dinner. Girl, I blew that where's my iPhone up until he answered. I kept hitting it. I said, what happened? Because do I need to come out there? Like, do I need to get on the plane? What's going on? Can you breathe? Like,
exactly.
But my heart was like, I said, I can't even enjoy dinner until I hear from him.
Yes.
So like, I felt like you, like he had a stomach ache, and I know people may say, oh, well, confidentiality. If I'm going to go say all of that, then I'm going to say what the stomach ache really was. Was it appendicitis? Like, or it just ended up being a stomach ache, y'all. Because it's like sometimes to me, like you said, they take it too far. She could be like, y'all, I'm so stressed about him going away. He called me about a stomach ache. I was getting ready to crash out, lose it all. Like we could identify that, but the whole, Girl, it's probably from all them coffee shops he going to, and it's taking the lining out of his stomach. The caffeine is eating that lining up.
Right.
Come on,
Exactly.
that strong Colombian coffee.
Mm-mm,
Eating it
mm-mm.
up.
No.
I tell you, like Bronwyn said, I don't know this mission she speaks of.
Exactly.
He
Exactly.
out there
Get
going to
out of
coffee
here.
bars and food
Mhm.
and Michelin star restaurants. You ain't got no lining in there. So
Mm-mm.
then they all, this is what, first of all, is that right, Milwaukee? I forget who Heather said she learned the pronunciation of Milwaukee is
Yes,
actually
it is supposed to be true. Bravo didn't dispute it. I never knew it was supposed to be pronounced that way.
Milwaukee. I
But
said, what?
I guess it's supposed to be like from a Native American or some descent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That is an
Mhm.
interesting. See, Housewives is not just a bunch of silly TV, y'all. We actually
Right.
learned
Learn
things
something.
because I did not know that. Then Mary had me. Mary said in her confessional she loves Milwaukee, which it's interesting how you could have never been to a place because she said when they announced the trip she'd never been, but her dad was from there, and just knowing her dad was from there, like Mary wants connection, like
Yeah.
she wants, and you could tell, and she
Mhm.
wants her friends the way that I feel like the way that she receives love is feeling like her friends care about her. Hence, Angie saying you have lipstick on your teeth. Everybody might not have told you that. And to her, that's important because she's concerned about her image. So,
Mhm.
but when she
And that
said,
goes back to Mary's home. He
mm,
was on that phone call with Whitney, and I looked at that bedroom and all that shit in there. I said, "Oh, she's a hoarder. She's a hoarder for real." That's why she took offense to when Brittany said that to her, because it was
mm,
true. But I think that the reason why she's a hoarder, going back to what you said, is that she's looking for some type of familial connection because she really doesn't have any. And I think
right.
that she buys all of this stuff and has all this stuff around her in that house to make her feel complete. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? Or
yes.
like surrounded or something like that, because it's just her and that boy in the house. The husband don't even live there no more.
No, like I said, we ain't gonna never see him again.
Uh-uh. And then just think about that cousin of hers from season 1 or season 2.
Yes.
Her, they had no type of family connection at all. And Mary even said that, like she's just my cousin, but like, I don't
And it
fucking.
was like her first cousin, right?
Yeah, and it was just like, what? And so I think that once she took over for the family after the grandmother died, I think there was probably a situation where she didn't know who she could trust. People probably was hating
Mhm.
on her. Look at the situation with her and her mom, because her mama was doing interviews. I forgot
Yes.
about that.
Yep.
So
And was saying it was supposed to be her.
yeah, it's obvious that she don't have a connection with
Mm-hmm.
her mother or whatever. So she probably lives a very like lonely, isolated life and doesn't probably have many friends.
Nope. And think about, because you would think Mary has money. Why would a woman like that want to do this show? But when we go back to, oh man, I had it and then I deleted it. But the original producer of Salt Lake City said the show was actually built around Mary,
Around Mary, yep. Mm-hmm.
Lisa Barlow. Anyway, because don't do Mary. Anyway, Lisa said, now why am I I have nothing to say. But I was like, why would a person, when you think all the stuff they're saying about her church, about her, why put yourself through all that? But she really craves that. And like this season, to me, it seems like she's like, you could tell she likes it. Even like she got invited to Kathy Hilton's party. So it's like people are like,
Yeah.
kind of showing her like, come
And
on,
I think
Mary.
we see a huge difference in her this season versus the other seasons where she has allowed herself to open up and have fun
Yes.
and let loose a little and not be so uptight. And I think that that's probably because of what's going on in her own personal life.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I agree. And when you think about, she's always been in a position of power. She's not hanging out with her parishioners. So who is her? Not that she's better than because she's a pastor. By no means am I saying that. But when you look at it from that standpoint, it's like they're not on her level, so to speak. But these other women are not her parishioners. She's not teaching them
Yeah.
anything. So it's like, oh, and like you said, oh, I can actually open up because I've always liked Mary. I know people have so much to say about Mary, and I say if you hollering and screaming about bringing Ramona back to New York, don't say nothing to me about Mary.
Let me
Don't
just say
say
this
nothing to me about Mary. Okay.
Why I stood by Mary from the beginning. Does Mary say sometimes some outlandish stuff that's like totally rude? Yes. But the way that they did her season 2,
Come on.
the way that they did that lady, focusing season 2 solely on her and her so-called cult-like church.
Come on.
With no evidence. Still to this day, we ain't never had no evidence, no nothing. It was just some he said, she said from these people that they scrounged up. And instead of focusing on that, they spent all of season 2. I mean, instead of focusing on Jen and her just being arrested and all of that, they skipped over all that, refused to talk about it, refused to question her, and they solely focused on Mary. And that was why she did not come to the reunion.
Yes.
And think about it. That's the reason why they brought her back after season 3, which sucked.
Say it again.
Ass. And because Bravo knew that they did that lady wrong, the cast did her wrong. And then when it came out that Jen was a racist, this lady straight up threw a glass at her.
Come on, come on.
And I'm like, what is these cult-like things that allegedly her church got going on? Like, y'all, first of all, they don't even understand the Black church. Because from what we saw, it was like every other Black church that there are. Now, if the part about her parishioners having to pray to her or whatever, if they was doing it, yeah, that is weird. But we still don't even know about that.
Right.
And then, like I said, season 3, they tried to do it on their own and they bombed and it tanked. And then Mary came back season 4. And the reason why season 4 is their highest rated season yet is because of Mary and Monica. It is not the rest of you heifers. Mary and Monica made last season be what it is. And they did the same thing to Monica that they did to Mary.
Yeah.
And it's completely unfair.
Yeah, it is.
Mary didn't do anything to anybody. Mary went out here stealing from old people and lying about it.
Come on.
Throwing stuff, trying to fight people like Jen Shaw and all of that stuff. But somehow Mary was the scapegoat and villain season 2. Make it make sense. They were so afraid of that little Hawaiian lady. And it's like, what? And they were afraid of her because Jen knows about all of them. Mary don't probably know nothing about none of them because she don't care to know anything about them. And I think that this season, Mary probably came into it knowing, I know what I can say, what I can't say, and who I can say to, and I know who to trust to an extent. Because I think even with her and Whitney being cool now, she's still in the back of her head. She can't trust that heifer. Because
it'll come right. Yep.
Exactly. I think she knows the game and understands it now.
Yes.
She knows how to play it.
And I think her confidence also, you talking about, especially in their world, the housewives, Kathy Hilton inviting you to her Christmas party, the other housewives being accepting of you. And I think back to last season, I think she probably looks back like, Angie really liked her. Come on, Mary. Come on. Angie seems like she's inclusive. So she was, but Mary was so defensive last season. It's like, I want to do it, but I can't trust you. And I can't really separate. Like Mary's not a person that
was friends with who? Lisa.
Right. So I 100%, and you know, like you said, Mary has said some ignorant things. And yes, she said some problematic things, but I need people, even Black folks, to understand there's a difference between, when it comes to racism, there has to be a power structure, like a structure in place. So some of the things she said were ignorant, discriminatory, but to call her a racist, I need y'all to go and actually look at it's when somebody is in a okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm not,
but some people.
Yeah.
But I mean, when she said that Heather looked inbred, that wasn't no lie. That wasn't racist. She do.
Especially considering Lisa had said Whitney and Heather were inbred cousins in her confessional. And do you know, I will never forget, people were coming for Mary's neck and somebody posted that, Lisa saying that, oh, well, she said it joking.
Girl.
She said it though. Y'all thought the stuff that Lisa said about Meredith and her whole family, a family opposer, y'all called that iconic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
I
girl, it's
said,
always a shift when it comes to the Black girls and the white girls in the Housewives franchise.
yep.
They're treated by the fans, production, Bravo, the network. It's two totally separate worlds. So that's a whole nother topic.
And to me, the only way that is different is when Atlanta, they can tear each other down from the rooter to the tutor. Sheree could say, Drew looks like a can of busted biscuits, but all those ladies are pretty much the same hue. When we get over to Potomac, all right, let me shut up. Okay, like you said, that's a whole nother conversation. So we get there, Mary and Whitney hug. They get to the beautiful place they're eating. Lisa talked about Jack being sick. I hope you can't hear that, child. My neighbor is playing drums. I don't know.
No, I can't hear anything.
Okay, thank God, because sometimes we can hear him. I'm like, what is he doing over there? But anyway, so they get, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to Mary, though. I thought was when Mary said she loves Milwaukee. Her dad is from Milwaukee, used to live a street over from Jeffrey Dahmer. Every time he would go to work, he would smell and say, where is that smell coming from? And a week later, they arrested Jeffrey and her daddy saw the whole thing go down. I said,
I believe every word.
Me too.
That family is a bag of biscuits. I believe it. Because it's like, who could else tell a story like that but Mary Cosby?
But Mary,
every word that lady said.
Yes, I was like, okay. So they get to the beautiful place they're staying at. They hug, they get all settled, they go and eat. Lisa talks about Jack being sick, and who goes up and gives her a hug? Mary, and tells her it's going to be okay. So I did think this was cute. I thought it was funny. And now last year, Mary might have got defensive about this, but she laughed when Whitney said Milwaukee is the home to the largest bobblehead museum. And I want to take Mary because Mary called me a bobblehead. They showed a flashback. And then Mary said, she's no longer a bobblehead. She passed that to someone else. Yeah. Child, when they showed Brittany, I said, now is production having fun with us? Or is that who she was talking about? Because that was good.
Oh, yeah, that's who she talking about. I can already tell Mary doesn't like Brittany because Brittany, lacks self-esteem or respect for herself. I can tell Mary don't like weak people. That's why she always getting on Whitney and Heather, because they're weak.
Right.
They're weak.
I could see that. They're right. Uh-oh. Okay, there you go. You have froze. I was gonna say, uh-oh, my Keisha done froze. Okay. Y'all was having issues with my connection earlier. So, but that's a good point. So then they laugh and joke about that child. They get ready to go. Well, Heather says she's gonna take some of them gambling, some of them going to the bobblehead. Child, when Mary's son called her, but I think he called her, right, and said, can I, just like this generation, can I get $60 on Cash App?
Child. I'm like, sir, you need a job.
You're going to need to do something. I understand, Mary, and being a Black woman, being able to not kick her son out, but something's got to, he needs to start being prepared to be an adult, because if he's married, because remember, he was married to that lady that girl last season. Child.
Even if it was true, it's like, did we ever see a certificate or anything?
That's true. We never did.
And obviously, we're going to get into some point all the stuff that came out about with the drug use and all of them and stuff. So it's obvious that we're going to get into that, because it's just like, how you not knowing none of this going on in your house, lady? You and the husband, like, what is going on with this child?
Is the felt carpet covering up the smells? I mean, like what is going on? Yeah. So Brittany tries to call Mr. Osborne, no answer, child. Angie goes to see Bronwyn. She's upset with Heather. And Bronwyn says she's upset with Heather. Child, no, they're not ringing my doorbell. They just, maybe it's a package being delivered, child. See, this, like, why? Nobody was here all day. But she's upset with Heather, but she's furious with Lisa. And Angie says she's been in the same situation with Lisa with her opinion, and that put her on the outs with Lisa. So they get into everything, and that is when Bronwyn reveals, child, Lisa was talking about Maylee and being banned and blacklisted from Nordstrom's because of them returns, baby.
This is the housewives shade that I love.
Thank you.
Why I love. That's
Thank you,
why
Keisha.
this frivolous, stupid mess. When they get to arguing about like people houses and fashion, it's ridiculous stuff that normal people don't even think about. Hold up, we're saying my internet connection. Am I stable?
You are now. Yep, you good.
Okay. We're saying my internet connection was messed up. But like stuff like that just tickles me silly because it's like something that I would probably my friends about somebody else. To be honest, you like, girl, did you hear? But can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you good. You was freezing up a little bit, but then you would come right back in. Like you frozen up a little bit right now. Okay, here you go. Okay.
Okay, because it was freezing and you too. Okay, it's I'm freezing and you freezing at the same time.
Freeze tag.
Yeah, because like that's why I was like, "Hello, can you hear me?" Because you was freezing up, and then
I was listening.
I'm freezing up.
And I could still hear you when you said that's something that you would tell your friends, like, "Girl, did you hear about such as she can't even go to Nordstrom no more?"
Yeah, but I'm like, Lisa didn't want to cop to that though.
Yes,
he did exactly what Bronwyn did with Whitney. When Maylee confronted her, oh, it was just a little snarky joke. Bitch, you wasn't joking. You was taking a dig at her and being shady and basically talking about this lady having money problems. You did exactly what Bronwyn did.
And fast forwarding a little bit, Bronwyn called that out. Oh, it's different when you do it. Like, it's okay when they do it. You know what I mean? Or it ain't cool when I do it. So I was like, I'm glad she called it out. But I said, no, she is not kikiing in front of the camera about the girl and then gonna not own up to it. I was like, okay, but I feel like also because I was thinking like, well, why would she do if she's not gonna own up to it? Why would she do it in front of the camera? Because you're not thinking that somebody might tell her. You thinking she might not see it until season's over, and by that time you can come up with something at the reunion. So
yeah,
I said, girl, when she said that, I said, oh my God. Man, that means she can't go in or she can't return no more. Child. So
I'm sorry, but Maylee do look like she be returning stuff.
Child, poor Maylee. I said Maylee was trying to get into the things, and Maylee, your voice is just not even being heard. Whitney. So then Heather, Angie, Meredith, and Brittany, Lisa go to the casino. Child, when Lisa said the Mormon church is anti anything addictive, gambling, drugs, and I'll say corn, but y'all know what I'm talking about. She said she may be gambling, but she's not addicted to it. That's why I call it Mormon 2.0. And in my notes, I said, girl, bye. Okay. Now, here is where I said Meredith being her housewife's bag, like she don't be knowing what she doing. Because at first I had to be like, Meredith, don't be bringing up nothing. They bring it up first. And then I was like, sometimes, but Meredith know what she be doing. So when she brought up her and that shoulder, brought up to when Heather asked her, how's everything going with Whitney? Heather knew there was some messiness. And Meredith brings up the Alibaba and Whitney's Prism jewelry. Girl, I was cackling. I said, like you, and I went back to, I love this kind of carrying on. I love this.
I feel like, though, I can't think off the top of my head, and I may be wrong, but I can't think of an instance where Meredith started with somebody else. Is there an instance?
You know what? You're right.
It's always been her being on the offense. It's like, you fuck with me, I'm going to show you not to fuck with me.
That's true.
Every time that's why I say Meredith always has the receipts on deck for somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Always bringing it out. She's done it to everybody, but they always have started with her.
That's true.
Bathtub thing, Whitney saying she was doing bath bombs years ago. Okay, whatever. But that was years ago. You didn't decide to bring it back until I said something at the reunion. So I kind of get where Meredith is coming from. First, you do jewelry, knowing I do jewelry. Then I say I'm doing bubble bath stuff or whatever. And then here you come doing bath bombs. It would kind of start making me think like, are you copying off me? Like, what's the tea?
Especially when Meredith made a good point and said we didn't get a lot to clear up a lot at the reunion. I was being blamed for stuff and you never addressed that with me, and you're still kind of making it my fault. But when Monica was saying, this, because I said I find it interesting that they believe Monica lied about everything else, but you don't want to believe, but you want to believe that it was like when it comes to the Meredith piece of it, you believe Monica, but you don't believe Monica about everything else. Okay.
It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense at all. At all. And I want to bring this up real quick. Based on the trailer, when we hear Heather say to Whitney, "You talk to our sworn enemy." That's Monica.
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
Think that it's Monica.
I do.
If they don't bring Monica back next season, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself because she did not get a fair shake at all.
And I was on, not even on the fence. I was on either side. I was like, well, okay, if they don't want to film with her, I can understand why. But if they bring her back, I also understand why, because we continue. Clearly, she was a big part of last season because we can continue to have flashbacks of her. No matter who was, just like when Jen went to jail, we had flashbacks of her because she was a part of the last season. I think that she was talking about Monica too, because didn't Monica come out and say that Meredith and Whitney had a conversation with her and like apologized or something? Remember in an interview, she said like,
yeah, did say that.
Yep, there was like a law. They had went together and filed a complaint, but then Meredith and Whitney wanted to remove themselves from the complaint that was filed.
Oh.
So I wonder if then, like,
this is my thing though. I don't feel like they had a right to not want to film with her. What did she do that was so bad that you want to film with her? But y'all filmed with Jen Shaw.
Okay, well then there. Yep, I can now, and there you have a point. That is a good.
Am I froze?
Nope, you're good now.
I'm freezing.
Oh no, now you froze. Okay, now you.
Okay, I'm going to get my chart. Okay.
You were like, now I'm frozen. Nope, you bring up a good point. Okay.
Because I was like, what did she do? She ran a gossip site that, like she said, to this day, if you go on Reality Von Teese, there is nothing on there where she is talking about them other ladies. Everything was geared towards Jen. And this goes back to what, like she said, y'all all were in the DMs on Reality Von Teese talking about each other.
Yeah.
So y'all on a housewife show where it's based off y'all talking about each other. And you don't want a person on here, y'all allegedly, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't make sense. Why y'all didn't want to film with her so bad, and the fact that Bravo allowed it. Because last I checked, I said Bravo was y'all boss. Now this is what I don't understand. How are you letting housewives make decisions on y'all show? It doesn't make sense. This girl didn't hurt nobody. She ain't took nobody husband or nothing. She didn't do anything. Anything. When y'all got Jen criminal ass sitting up here.
Come on. That's a good point.
Somebody, and she still got the film.
Yeah.
Like, come on, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense at all.
That is a good point. They did not stand up to ban to film against to not film with Jen. No. But it comes back to what you said. If they weren't having conversations and all of that, and because they know that Monica will say it and expose it, they were afraid of that. But then Whitney and Meredith, I wonder if they were like after the cooling off period.
I think that they found out stuff that Heather Ass was doing.
Okay.
Because Heather was the main leader of all of this.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, Monica was saying I don't want to speak out of turn, but she was basically saying something to the effect about like Heather knowing about Reality Von Teese or something like that. I can't remember. I don't even want to lie.
Oh yeah, through the hairdresser and all of that, right? Oh no, before that.
Yeah, I think before that.
Yeah, okay.
Remember. But regardless, like it was full of crap. Like the fact that she didn't get to come back just because all of them were saying they didn't feel comfortable with film. I would have been like, well, too bad. And if you don't want to film with her, don't come back. I bet you they all would have still came back.
Well, and I was going to say that's because I tweeted that before, like when it came to Potomac, even Jersey, ain't no one housewife should be able to say I don't want to film with this person. Cool, then don't come back. But if y'all can't get it together, y'all all are gone. Period. Letting housewives dictate how their franchises are going to go. Absolutely not. And I could see, like, if it came to like a Jen Shaw, I don't even want because she might run my name, get my social security number. Do you think they would let her come back?
Absolutely. And this is why Bravo is full of crap with the stuff that they do. Like I said, the white girls can do one thing. Well, let a person of color do something. It's the end of the world, AKA the Kenya thing. She put a picture of a girl with a Peter Weeder by her face, an animated Peter Weeder. And she got suspended and took off the show for a whole season. But on Jersey, in previous seasons, the husbands were sitting around a table passing around the phone of Danielle's PORN.
Yeah, Tate, yeah.
It was all right. It was all right.
And to me, I wonder, let's just say we found out that she did show a real picture, right? I'm wondering why they decided to suspend, because I believe that she probably showed a real picture, but I had heard that.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
No, me too, but I heard that was fake. People were trying to say that was fake. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send you the art. People were saying that picture was fake.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that too.
But even if it was a real one, let's just say Bravo would normally blur it out. So what was the reason
that it was so salacious
that they decided we're going to remove you? I'm just curious as to, well, what was the reason?
This is my thing, because people was like, well, that's revenge porn. It's not revenge P, first of all. If this was a schmexual act that she did and put on the internet herself, idiots. So if it was something that she did in the act and put it on the internet, that's just her showing something that was already on the internet. So she can't get in trouble for that. And then if it was what everybody has been saying that it was, where it was a photograph of the girl and it was a Peter Weeder by her face, ooh-wee.
Yeah, I was going to say, then that's something like, yeah, like if it was that, then it's like, okay, come on.
Out of all of the despicable things that have happened throughout the years on Housewives, she gets taken off for a season because of that. And then y'all messed yourself up, because the reason why they brought Phaedra back is because the season sucked so bad that's the reason why they had to run against Phaedra the last 2 weeks of filming.
I was going to say the last 2 weeks. And I can say, speaking as I've said it before, not necessarily the biggest Kenya fan, but I recognize her value to the show, what she brings, but for me, I don't like that Bravo hasn't said anything. There has to be some type of statement that they could have came out and said to kind of squash all of this.
The reason why they haven't said anything is because they're going to bring her back next season. If she was really let go for good, they make a statement every time when a housewife is let go.
Right. Okay.
They get to say a word about it.
Okay.
Because I think what happened was they decided to suspend her. She got mad and was like, y'all got me messed up as much as I have given this show and this network. And I think she was on some, well, fuck it, I ain't coming back, period.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And they was like, okay, well, don't come back. But I think the reason why Andy hasn't yet to say anything or acknowledge it, and the production company and the network, is because she'll be back next season. And Kenya even said it. Y'all will see me. Everything is fine. That's because she'll be back next season.
She'll be back. Yep. So, because I'm like, come on now. And again, it's easy when you're not a fan of a person to want to believe, right, that they probably did this. But at the same time, where is the line? Where are we going to draw?
And that's why I'm like Candace has even said, the line shifts.
Yeah.
It always shifts. Because if that's so bad and salacious, then why is Teresa Giudice still on our screens? Why, when Danielle physically attacked Margaret and pulled her hair, nothing was done?
Right. She was even brought back. Or no, did she come back after that?
No, she didn't come back after that season, but she's at the reunion.
Yeah, right. Right.
Like, it's so much stuff that has gone down. People throwing glasses.
Come on.
And fighting each other and all types of stuff.
I think about how Lisa Milan was calling Talene a lot, and people was up in arms. How many times have Lisa Barlow called somebody out they named this season? I said, now wait a minute. What did Nene say? You better watch them B words. I said, but ain't no uproar about Lisa coming out of her mouth saying that unprompted. Like, okay, now wait a minute. I'm with you. Now, low key, I agree with you, but I'm just saying, if we're going to keep the same energy. Yeah. So that was my thing about Kenya too. It's like, okay, even like I said, even if I believe she did it, I still feel like an explanation should have been given. But what you said makes sense because they're going to bring her back. And then, so next season, they'll have the Phaedra, they'll have the Kenya, they'll have the
new girls, Brittany and Kelly and Shamia, Drew, and Portia. Or whatever. But
did you see? Oh, go ahead. I was going. You probably seen it. Go ahead. I'll tell you after.
No, I was just going to say the fact that they couldn't hold together a show with all of those people minus Phaedra says everything.
Yeah, it says a lot. And
what Phaedra to come in and do in 2 weeks? Well, and wait a minute. Let me say that real quick.
Okay. Yo, we done got Keisha fired up.
We have to bleep all of this out. No. How the fuck are you gonna bring Phaedra Parks back?
Come on.
Someone who accused another cast member of rape and drugging somebody to replace the person that you suspended and fired or whatever for one season for putting a dick by somebody's face. Make it make sense. It does not make sense at all. If I was Kenya, I'd be like, you got to be motherfucking kidding me. I know you ain't about to replace me with somebody that did somebody like that. And y'all going to reward her with, hold up, how many shows? 3 shows in the Traders, Married to Medicine, and this. You know how much money Phaedra done made off
and Dancing with the Stars now.
And Dancing with the Stars. If that's under NBC Universal. No, that's under ABC. But under NBC, she done got 3 checks.
Yeah.
And y'all rewarding that type of behavior. And she still to this day won't even talk about it on camera.
I was going to say, and we know that she said it because she had to admit, what did she say? I repeated it. I repeated it. I repeated it. So we know that you said it.
Emily said that last season, they tried to get her to talk about it and she refused.
And
she
called them cussing out, right? Yep.
So how you going to bring Phaedra back on the show where she did something so despicable to the point that y'all had to fire her? But Kenya gets fired for a season or suspended, whatever. It don't even, girl, that's why I'm like,
and they still haven't even confirmed her exit. That's the thing. Even if they were to say Kenya will not be filming with us this season, y'all still haven't confirmed her exit, even though we know, but you still haven't confirmed her exit.
She's gonna be back next
season. She's gonna be back. Yeah. Almost like when she got married. Remember when they took her off?
Yep. It's exactly the same thing. They never acknowledged it then. And I can't wait to see how they're gonna edit it. You know,
me too.
Include all of that in the beginning of the season and then say
a black screen.
Yeah, she was letting go.
Boom, like a black screen. Well, that's know
exactly how they gonna do it.
Did you see that Don Juan is a part of this season? Why?
This is why I say it's dumb. It's dumb.
Because Candy's not even on there.
This was the season for Bravo to really bring back Atlanta and get it right. And they fucked up again. This is a Sweet 16 season.
Our show. Look, our show like this, but black like this.
They had all the ingredients there and they messed it up.
Yeah.
Again. I'm like, of course, child.
Yep. Look, so y'all, we get ready because I told, I had promised Keisha I wouldn't keep her for 9 hours. So but that's just how much we love Atlanta. Like I feel like that's our show. You know what I mean? Like that's our show.
Yeah.
So they do a scavenger hunt at the museum. The ladies was the Golden Girls. Mary said she was Rose. Whitney was Sophia. Girl, Amelia was
perfect.
Yes. And I called the girl Amelia. Melly was Blanche. We don't know you, so we don't know if that's true or not. And Blanche would never return her stuff to Nordstrom Rack. They was in Florida, so Hex Company. And, and Brahman was Dorothy. I said, that is perfect. Whitney said they're kind of like us. Girl, when Mary said some are grumpy, some are moody, and some still have a period, I was laughing at her saying, I can't believe I just said that. I said, Mary
tickles me.
Like she tickles herself like, oh, I said that out loud. Like,
but wait a minute.
Mary is looking good.
So I just filmed a video today that'll be up tomorrow, I believe, where Karen sat down with Entertainment Tonight, and she said that the new girl, Stacy, is a mixture of Mary Cosby and Katie.
Girl.
I said, don't turn me on like that. Do not make these nipples hard. Man. What?
That just actually gave me chills. Mary and Katie.
That kind of crazy mixed together. I said, this better live up to this expectation.
Yeah, Karen. And she better be catching the right ones. She better be, matter of fact, she better be just clocking them all. Clocking them all. A mixture of Mary and Katie by the end of the season, they're gonna be crying for Candace to come back.
Really. I said, oh, I'm ready for Sunday. Sunday.
Can we get? I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to say you were dumb. I probably meant that you were stupid. That's the energy we need, girl.
Katie was eating them up that last season.
And let me tell you, Giselle and Robin were me when Giselle said, what she say? Child. And Robin was just nervous laughing. She just couldn't stop laughing.
I'm gonna have you on my channel next week so we can talk about Potomac.
I'm there. Look, girl, I'm already with the mic.
No, yeah, we gonna get together next week. I'm gonna gotta figure out a date, but we gonna get back and talk. Girl, first of all, we got 4 housewives shows on now.
I said I gotta figure something out. I'm like, that's a lot. I gotta figure something out.
Yeah.
Like,
what did you think of Roni?
I actually enjoyed it. Because the argument is housewives argument. Stupid. Took the words right out of my mouth. Stupid. I love this. Jenna's broke. She's not.
Was poor. Like, bitch, you know you not poor. Why do you care?
Come on.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. Just gave me, my butthole wasn't tense because somebody was going to be racist, colorist.
Girl.
Something, I could relax.
Yeah. And Brynn is really an ish starter.
Girl, she is. She said, I'm coming in as the housewives folks like to say, the villain, and I'm gonna be in my villain era, and I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Like she is like, I'm coming to do it.
You let her make you cry and leave your own party. Like
that's where you lose me. It's like, oh, girl, you
should not today, Satan.
Right. And then Uber coming in talking about where's Brynn? Child, I can't wait to see them. Girl, Uber might put hands on her.
I can't wait to see where this even comes
from. Because Uber is hot tempered. Hot.
And Brynn even said at the reunion, I ain't scared of you. I was like,
okay. You ain't gotta be.
Because they was reading each other.
I can't wait. I said I want Uber to come with all the fire.
Yes. And I like Brynn. I think she's funny and she got good reads, but she do need to stop inflating stories. That's
the thing. It's like, okay, come on, Brynn, girl.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody said that you were a whore. Now, did he imply it? Yes. And she could have even said, I felt like Jeff implied it. But Aaron did low-key defend you. Like, nah, she worked. She got a job.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no, they didn't. Like, what?
At all. And I don't even like Jeff Lewis like that. But he did not say you was a horror.
No, and like that, who was it? Jessa was like, shit, what's the problem?
She said, what she say? She got an email to come in a white t-shirt and a thong, and if she wasn't married with kids, she would have been there.
Would have.
I might have had to said, Corey, can we take one for the team? All I'm gonna do is sit there in my t-shirt and my t-shirt and my panties on, like Adina said. That's it.
Girl.
Okay. So now we're gonna have to make a Roni date to discuss Roni as well.
Roni, OC,
all of them,
Potomac and Salt Lake.
Y'all know Keisha will be back. Yes. All right. So I ain't even got to say that because once you have somebody's phone number, now you ain't even got to be polite no more. I need you on the podcast. You ain't even got to
be like, all right, girl, what time?
So we get to the game. Now listen, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be like Dr. Heavenly. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna take it back. When they was wanting to take pictures with the player, I said, unhand that black man. Get back.
Yeah, I was looking like, just hug him like this.
Yeah,
man. Just hug him like this.
Whitney was right there. Can I take a picture with you? I'm a big fan.
I'm like, girl, back your ass up.
Get back. And Angie was trying to get that other one. I said, he ain't even come over unless we didn't see that. I said, now all of that, and he still ain't see you. But they having a good time. Boom. Girl, I'm sorry. And then we're going to get to the end because like I said, I keep holding her hostage, but I got to bring this up. They in the suit. Mary said she got to blow her nose. Angie said, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll bring you some tissue. Mary say, okay. Angie said, do you got to go to the bathroom? Mary say she don't use public bathrooms. Instead, she uses a super tampon and it will hold it in. I said, now, baby, all vaginas are different.
I ain't never heard no shit like that before in my life. Because what does that have to do with that?
With that, and you're comfortable with no... Are you pissing in it and not telling us?
Girl.
Because how are you even comfortable? Again, I know all vaginas are built different, but me and mine over here. I just take an Azo. They got Azo to stop you from having to pee like that.
Girl, I hollered.
And then started laughing at girl when she started laughing at
herself. She's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they got to be a big one. You can't use a small one or
a medium. I said, Mary. And do you mean the super or the ultra? Well, you did say super, so okay. Father God in heaven. Mary is like, you just have to laugh. Like, okay, we just don't know what Mary's gonna say.
No, you don't.
Mary running around buying tampons to make her stop peeing. Okay, they wait, and then Whitney goes up to Angie and says, "You gotta save me. This guy thinks he has a chance. He gave me money." Angie said, "Like a hooker."
I would have been like, give me some more.
Come on. Come on. Yep. So then they eat the lobster corn dogs. Angie and Mary were so cute when they were flag dancing. And she was like, okay. I thought that was really cute. Boom. We get into the thing. Lisa was like, she gonna chill here with me. Can I say something? I'm sorry. I got to go back to last week's episode. I don't need them to say sis anymore ever. And I hope I don't hear it no more this season.
Did I? I don't even remember.
But last episode, Lisa was like, I've never heard the word sis so much. And Maylee was like, oh, I say it. And it was like, sis, sit. I don't want y'all to say it. Okay, moving on. Because I just don't want y'all to say it. Like,
just like, what was that on one of the girls' trip where they found out the word thirsty? And like, it was like the newest thing ever.
Like,
I was like, what?
It's 2024. Okay. Just like woke, they didn't took that. But anyway, so then boom, we get into it. Child, when they showed the flashback of Bronwyn talking to Melly and was like, basically, I heard that you had concerns about my problems. I called that lady Melly. Maylee. I always say Miel like the hair scandal. Maylee. When the way she spun that around, I said, that's the housewife. Heard that you were concerned about my clothes. You might want to ask Lisa what she said about yours, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Because here's the tea. Who ran back and told her? Heather. And your ass, big ass is in the backseat laughing. I'm like, this is what Bronwyn talking about. You done ran back and told this girl trying to make it seem like I said someone really
right.
And I'm like, why would you even go back and tell her, period?
Exactly. That was supposed to be just y'all. Like yes.
She didn't throw Lisa under the bus because she's trying to stay like this under Lisa.
She sure didn't. Because you would say that. That's a good point. Because what Lisa said to me was like, girl, that you basically talking about, like, basically you trying to say she kind of like broke a little bit. Like that's if somebody's returning.
Yeah.
So for you that is a good point. For you not to throw Lisa under the bus, but you're going to throw Bronwyn under the... Girl.
I was like, well, who would you get it from? Oh, it was only other person in the car was Heather. So Heather one ran back and told you.
And that's why Bronwyn had energy for Heather. She she had energy for Lisa too. I was glad that she didn't back down from either one of them.
I was happy about that.
And Heather tried, but Bronwyn was like, nah, I ain't get ready to get into all that. When Lisa talked about, yes, I did defend you. They show the flashback when she said, does she want me to throw a glass? I only throw a glass when I'm defending myself. Girl, and that was planned too, because you ain't just out here throwing glasses.
So planned. It was so theatrical.
Like, come on. So Bronwyn, again, you should have defended me. They're talking, and then I'm not being, I know it's not Milani.
You and this lady name. Not Milani. It went from Miel to Milani, millisecond, Miller highlight.
Wait, what's the hair product that we use with a C? Why I can't think of it.
With a C?
Yeah, ain't it with a C? It's got an orange cap. I want to say canvas, but it's...
Cantu? What? Where the hell that come from? You are out. You are out, honey.
I think you said it's Miel and Milani, and then I just saw that jar in my.
And the only reason I know because I got something in my bathroom.
Cantu? See, I knew you was gonna. Okay.
Girl,
I'm gonna remember. Tell me her name one more time. Maylay. Maylay.
Yeah.
I gotta see it in my head. M-A-Y. I'm gonna spell it M-A-Y-L-E-E so I can remember. Maylay. Okay. Child, Maylay in her return in Nordstrom South allegedly came over to Lisa, and got into it. Child, Lisa was looking like a deer in headlights. Oh, that was snarky. Girl, that is not snark. And Bronwyn jumped all over that and said, oh, so it's okay. It's cool when you do it, but not when I do it.
And this is why Maylay not working, because where'd she go?
Yeah, wait. You started that, right?
You ain't even get in there.
Right.
Came and she went back and got another lobster corn.
You right. You started the argument. You started it. You supposed to.
Yeah, she just went on.
You said, where did she go?
Where'd she go?
Because it turned into.
She got out of there real quick.
She said, I'm not built for this.
Next shot, she was gone. What the fuck?
I'm not doing this with you.
Oh, God.
Oh, where did she go? Oh, that might have to be the episode title, child. I got to text myself that. Where did she go? Oh my! You lucky I don't say where is Cantu.
Ooh, and went that fast.
Oh my gosh, that was okay. Because I didn't even pick up on that until you said that.
Yes, because I was like, why is Bronwyn arguing for her?
Right. Right. You came over like Lisa. Child, Lisa said it was snarky. Boom. Bronwyn was like, oh, that's why Bronwyn is going to be around for a while. Because Bronwyn said, oh, no, I know how to do this, honey.
Yeah, she took on both of them at the same time.
And didn't like have to start hollering and screaming.
Nope. Didn't flinch, didn't stutter, didn't nothing.
I said, because she hit him with the truth. That's why.
And she told Heather, yeah, me and you're going to have a conversation about how this friendship is going to go.
And Heather, in her confessional
gangster,
was like, okay, madam. Why you ain't say that to her then?
All she said was, we're going to have to do what? Yeah, that's it. Meatloaf. I cannot stand her.
Oh my God. Bronwyn was, she had me in a place where it's like, because we know how so many first timers come in and you could tell they're trying, but like you said, she came and got right in, but it's not one of those, girl, you don't even go here, because it makes sense every time.
Yeah. And it's not coming across forced or fake. It's like she's just herself and going with the flow of it all. She's not trying to do too much.
And she's taking accountability for her part. So when she's like, oh, it wasn't just me. Like, I like that she's not trying to put it on them. And like you said, it's not fake or forced. It's like, okay, I did that. but I see what y'all like. I see y'all's game. It's almost like she's exposing the Housewives playbook. I see y'all game, and what you're not going to do is get over on me.
1000% she's exposing the Housewives game. Yes. Because as
Yeah.
soon as she said what they said about Whitney, baby, that camera focused on Heather and Lisa. They was both looking at each other.
Yeah, and Lisa's mouth was, I said,
Yeah. She told y'all wasn't expecting that because most newbies don't do that.
Right.
And then most housewives don't do that. And I think that's the reason why I like Braun so much, because the other girls will allude to something, but I'm not gonna
Meredith.
No, yeah. She got to it. No, heifer, you said such and such and such and such. And that's why I liked her.
Yeah.
I like her a lot so far.
I'm gonna go back and watch the episode because I was watching it on my phone to take notes for this, but now I got to go back and watch it on the TV because I got to see all the reactions at one time.
Like Maylee disappear like a magic trick.
Not an Etch-a-Sketch. We shook the screen and she did.
Literally, that lady was standing right there. And then the next day she was gone.
Like you said,
nowhere in the shot.
She done went and got a lobster dog. Listen,
girl, mess.
Maylee said, I got to get off the court, baby. I didn't know. Like, Maylee, baby, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. Because that was, they gave you that moment, actually. Like, that was a gift. Yes.
For her to have a moment. And she made nothing of it. She let that girl lie to her face and say it was snarky, and then she disappeared.
She said, I don't do that.
That's it?
Okay.
I was like,
next.
Are you supposed to get in her ass? Like, what the hell?
Right. Yeah, like, how, like, what else was y'all saying? Y'all was talking about me. She could have brought, like, she really could have, but that brown one was as cool as a cucumber. I said, get him, get him, get him.
Yep.
And then when she sat in that confessional and said, I didn't run, what'd she say? I didn't run over her with the bus. What's the saying? I didn't something with the bus.
Throw her under the bus?
Yeah, I didn't throw her under the bus, but I did turn the bus on.
Period. Period. Y'all not about to play with me.
I said, well, can I get in the back seat where the safety sit with the local church? Yeah, I was a safety patrol. Can I get in the back with the safeties, brown one?
For it. Yes.
I am definitely loving her. And when she ended them with you two are her long ass friends, and that's not worse.
Lying ass friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. See, Siri set me up. It's just
long ass friends. Girl, my phone be doing that too. I'll be doing reviews and I'll stop for me like, right. What?
Siri, you know you're wrong for that. But and then when she said, everyone here, I think it's interesting that no one wants to know that we're all, no one wants to say we're all doing this. I'm not the only one. Everyone here is talking about everyone else, and it's not going to stop unless we all realize that I'm not the root of the problem. I'm just the best dressed part.
Here, well, that part was questionable.
Yeah,
that on that confessional was some clown mess.
Like, it looks like a the picture books when you're reading a story to like your kids, the little picture books,
and they pop up.
Yeah.
Pop up. Ma'am.
Close the book.
Sorry. That was the pop-up, Jesus. But that's exactly what it looked like. Oh my God. That was a great analogy. That was a great one.
Because, ma'am,
is everything in her confession gonna be this big?
Yes, and red.
In the frame. Oh my God.
Like, girl, we get it. You got it.
I'm weak.
Miss Bronwyn, you got it.
You got it. Girl, oh my God.
But child, you is a pop-up, honey. Come on.
Woo.
Oh, now every time I see her in that red, I'm gonna text you every time I watch it. Just so you can laugh, because I'm gonna laugh every time.
And I will text you every time they leave this.
And too.
Oh, bro, I'm just gonna text you. Where'd she go?
Oh my God, y'all! As y'all can see, I love me some Keisha.
Oh God,
I can't wait I can't wait. We gonna have big laughs when we come. She's gonna come back. We're gonna do Roni. I told y'all yesterday I'm thinking about doing Roni. on my Patreon, but maybe I'll release the episode with Keisha to make y'all come on over to the Patreon.
I got an idea too we're gonna talk about.
Okay, yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to talk to you about OC because I love your reviews on OC too, like all of them. And then Potomac, like you said.
Yeah,
I already have thoughts, but I'm trying not to put the thought before the horse, the cart before the horse. But you know, So Keisha, for anybody who doesn't know, please, let me go back, rewind. How they be doing on the Housewives now? Maybe back it up in time. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on. I'm a fan of your channel. Love your channel. Love hearing you break everything down. Love talking to you. So thank you so much for taking time out to come on. I appreciate you.
My pleasure.
And for not getting irritated every time I ask you, so what time zone is you in?
What
time zone are you in again? Oh, an hour ahead? Oh, an hour behind? I've asked her like more than once. So y'all, I'm remember this time, 1 hour behind, 1 hour behind.
1 hour behind.
Thank you so much. Where can the people who may not know find you?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Color Me Pink, PYNK. I'm on Instagram via my real name, Keisha Ervin. Same thing for Facebook and Twitter.
And y'all, she is a best-selling author.
You can find me on Amazon too, all of my work.
Yes. And like I said, y'all have got to go to her YouTube, go to all the things, but her YouTube, I'm telling you, she can tell a story. And the birthday story, me and my husband was going out on a date. Me and Corey were going out on a date. I was listening to, he was like, who's that? I was like, that's Keisha. She telling us about her birthday. And it's almost like we was on a FaceTime call. Girl, you had me. I said, oh, and I didn't learn some things about Florida. Nikki Beach, no, okay, this,
Girl,
the look on your face, you could feel the irritation and just disgust in your voice.
Wait to get home.
When you said I'm not a good traveler no more. I'm not traveling no more.
No. It's gonna be a long time. No.
But the Airbnb was beautiful. But I like how you said I could have been in my house.
I mean, really, honestly, truly, like my house is 10 times better than an Airbnb. I was like, I didn't pay a month's rent for this place, and I could have been in my own house where I got to pay more.
Yes. Like so, but I appreciated you being honest because sometimes people will get on these apps and make it seem like one thing. And you're like, nah, I'm about to let y'all know this is how my birthday went. So I appreciated your honesty. And again, Nikki Beach is now off the list.
Off the list. No, ma'am.
For me. So, y'all, I hope that y'all enjoyed our Salt Lake City recap. I know we took some detours, but we brought it back because that's how we do over here on What Else Is Going On, because what else was going on? Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Please, if you are subscribed to the YouTube and you are not following or subscribe to the podcast on audio, please go to wherever you listen to your podcast, type in What Else Is Going On and subscribe. For my podcast listeners, please come on over to YouTube and play with me a little bit. Type in WeGo, WEIGO podcast and subscribe. You can also support the podcast if you want. There's a link in the description box for that. I will have all of Keisha's things in the podcast description box. Y'all, we are out of here and we love y'all. We'll talk to y'all later.